Hello everyone, this is TJ here from Mac Advisor. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the iPhone 6s silicone case. This will of course fit the iPhone 6 and they do a larger version for the iPhone 6s Plus. This retails for £25 in the UK. I'll put links and everything below. So this is £10 cheaper than the leather case which I previously reviewed. So this might be a cheaper option. This comes in 11 different colours I think. So there's a wide spectrum of colours including product red, and this is the midnight blue one that I've gone for here, which I think looks great, particularly on the silver and white iPhone 6s that I've got. This is the packaging that it comes in, so it's just a normal sort of plastic covered cardboard backed case that it just sits in, so nothing too extravagant there, unlike the leather case which came in a nice box. And it does actually have a nice feel for silicone. I'm not normally one for silicone cases because I do find that whilst they do give good grip to the phone, they do tend to attract lots of dust and so on, which this one doesn't to a certain extent. I mean, it will do, but we'll get into that as we cover the review. So this is the actual case, very similar to the leather case in its design. You know, you've got all the Apple logo, the cutouts for the camera and the flash, covers for all the various buttons, and a cutout for the silent and ring switch, and then it's open at the bottom, so you've got access to all the ports on the bottom, speaker, microphone and everything. And then it's also microfiber lined on the inside, and the colour of the microfiber lining matches the colour of the case. So if I bring in the iPhone and we'll just stick it in, I normally go for the top corners first. You push those in first and then it just snaps in all the way around, and there you go, it's in. So it does come up a little bit more over the edge of the phone than the leather case, but it does have a nice feel to it. It adds certainly a lot grippier than using the iPhone without a case, so it does add a nice grip to it, and obviously it will protect it from scratches and so on. Maybe to a certain extent if you drop it, depending on where it hits, you know, particularly if it's on one of the corners, then it might offer some decent protection on the to the phone. But looking around, you can see the cutout on the back there. And then one of the negatives I had with the leather case was how difficult it was to press the buttons through the leather case. Now I don't know whether that's because the leather was new and it needed wearing in, but you can easily press the buttons and you do get a nice level of feedback when you're pressing the buttons on this, including the up and down volume buttons, the sleep wake button. So whatever buttons you're pressing using this case, you do get a decent level of feedback and you can easily press them. You don't have to try and press even harder like I did with the leather case. That's one of the positives of this case over the previous leather case that I reviewed. So it does have that in its favour. You've got all the cutouts on the bottom, and then of course you've got the Apple logo on the back, and of course it will lay down on the table because it is raised up ever so slightly above the screen, as you can see there, just a fraction, a little bit more than the leather case. I think because the silicone might be slightly thicker than the leather that's used, but you know, it certainly doesn't add too much bulk and weight to the case. I think it adds a little bit more bulk and a little bit more weight than the leather case in my opinion, but not too much. Certainly not to the extent that some of these silicone gel cases go, that I do find quite bulky. That's what kind of puts me off with the silicone cases. Now I did mention at the beginning of the video that this doesn't pick up too much dust and dirt, which you do get with some silicone cases. Whilst they can be grippy when you're holding the phone, they do tend to attract you know, dust and dirt, particularly when you put it in your pocket. This one does still, as with various cases, but not to the extent that some of these cheaper cases do. And if you do get any you know, dust and debris on it, which there's a few bits of dust here just off my desk, then all you need to do is just get, you know, a very lightly damp cloth, just give it a wipe over and it'll be good as new. But that's pretty much it for the silicone case. Not much else I can say about it. Out of the two, I do prefer the leather case for the 6S. That's just my own personal preference, but I do like the feeling that you get when you press the buttons on this case. So I don't know whether, as I said with the leather case, that will just wear in over time, you know, and it's just something that will come over time with that case. But this one, the buttons are more tactile and you do get more feedback from them when you're pressing them. This is the midnight blue, as I said, so it looks great with the silver and white phone that I'm using here. It comes in 11 different colours, as I said. I'll put links and everything below. But that's it for this video. If you've got any comments or questions, then submit those as a comment below. Don't forget to like this video by giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next video.